of Management Studies IGNOU presents an audiobook on the course MMPC-007 Business Communication for MBA program. Presenting Block 1 Introduction to Communication. Unit-4 Forms of Communication at Workplace. Part 1. In Part 1, we will discuss Introduction and Formal Communication.
Forms of communication at workplace. In this particular unit, we will understand the concept of communication at workplace, understand types of communication at workplace, and appreciate the benefits of effective communication at the workplace. Introduction. We have already discussed that effective verbal and non-verbal communication is essential to the success of a person at personal and professional levels. Similarly, it is important for the success and growth of an organization to have a robust communication channel where the flow of information is fast and accurate. Nowadays, organizations provide preliminary training to communicate effectively at the workplace to their employees at entry level and organize workshops in which the existing employees at various levels can enhance their communication skills. They offer training courses for soft skills, email writing skills, competency-based interviewing skills, etc. The organizational intent behind investing money and resources in such skill enhancement training is to increase the efficiency of their employees while communicating at the workplace. This will lead to faster and accurate communication with reduced probability of delays and minimized transfer of incorrect information at the workplace. Any delay or transfer of incorrect information would result in loss of production time that equals to loss of money for the company. Large organizations require various departments to work together and need their employees to communicate effectively to achieve their operational goals. The employees in these departments communicate with each other in order to exchange essential information. They may interact verbally in a face-to-face meeting or over the phone, or they may write emails, letters, memos, etc. The nature of these correspondence is mostly formal, but at times they also communicate informally on various occasions. The communication at the workplace can be internal or external. The employee of an organization interacting with each other at various or the same level is internal communication. The employee of an organization interacting with people outside their organization is called external communication. The external communication can be between the employees of an organization and their clients, prospective customers, service providers, contractors, vendors, sponsors, investors, media, general public, etc. We give or take orders, instruct, guide, coach, counsel, write letters or emails or memos, prepare invoice or account statements, give or participate in a presentation, prepare promotional and branding material, etc. The goal behind all types of communication at work is to get the work done quickly and efficiently. The communication at the workplace follows a proper channel and hierarchy governed by the system of reporting to one's manager. In this unit, we will learn about these formal and informal types of communication at the workplace and their importance for the growth of an individual and organization. Formal communication. Formal communication, or we can call it as official communication, which is governed by specific communication channels, hierarchies, and organizational policies. The examples of formal communication are emails, letters, applications, minutes, or recordings of a meeting, or video or teleconferencing for business purposes, etc. The use of language, tone, pitch, and style of writing and speaking should display professionalism and should be accurate for effective communication. The etiquettes of communication at the workplace are normally predefined, and it requires deliberate efforts from the employees during the process of communication. The employees are bound to follow the procedures, without which the work in progress may face an impediment and may experience a delay resulting in loss. If the employees do not follow proper language etiquettes and predefined channels or processes, then they may not be able to leave a good impression of their work ethics, which will eventually result in slowing down their growth cycle. Formal communication at the workplace has its own pros and cons. Let us have a look at some of those. First, formal communication is a reliable form of communication. It normally has a paper trail and can be traced back to its source. It is more reliable since it can be documented for future references and therefore has legal validity. Second, formal communication needs to follow strict hierarchy or chain of commands that makes it move slowly. Employees are expected to not skip the hierarchies and send any request to senior management through proper channel. The movement of information through various desks makes it slow. It is time consuming and sometimes ends up costing time and or money to the concerned people. Third, the flow of information is restricted and monitored. It prevents unnecessary gaps in the communication, but it slows down the process. Fourth, formal communication through proper channels is a secure form of communication. The access to information is only limited to the parties involved in the transaction. It is not accessible to everyone in the organization or outside the organization, since it is not available in public domain unless required. For example, an email sent by an employee to his or her immediate manager is only accessible by the two of them. On the other hand, an email consisting of general human resource policies sent by the human resource manager to all the employees can be accessed by the employees of that. Formal communication is broadly divided into different categories based on the organizational hierarchies and predefined channels. They are vertical, horizontal or lateral, and diagonal or crosswise communication. Vertical communication. The information in vertical communication is transferred between employees at different levels. It can move from top to bottom or from bottom to top following a structural hierarchy. Vertical communication can be further classified as follows for a better understanding. First, downward communication. This is the most common form of formal communication at a workplace. The information flows from higher managerial levels to lower levels. It follows a chain of commands from a superior level to a subordinate level. They are mostly job instructions, policy documents, official announcements, production reports, procedure manuals, or any other information essential for functioning of the business processes conveyed to the employees through email, letters, brochures, pamphlets, etc. Second, upward communication. In this form of formal communication at the workplace, the flow of information is from bottom to top. It follows a chain of hierarchy from subordinate levels to superior levels. It normally consists of requests, work reports, complaints from the base level employees to managerial and or above levels. This type of communication is essential to keep the management informed about the viewpoints of employees, the state of the morale at junior levels, to receive the reactions of employees on various policies and procedures, etc. This form of communication takes place in group meetings, reporting to superiors, filing complaint or suggestion forms, and dropping in the designated boxes or through email requesting to redress a grievance, etc. Horizontal or lateral communication. This form of communication takes place between two or more employees at the same level. They may be working in different or the same department. For example, a sales executive communicating with another sales executive is horizontal communication. A sales manager communicating with another employee at similar managerial level like sales manager, production manager, finance manager, etc. will be considered under this form of communication. This form of communication is a little flexible since it is happening between employees at the same levels and hence the response time is low as compared to vertical communication. The flow of communication in this type of interaction is horizontal and it facilitates the coordination between different teams of the same department or different departments. In other words, we can understand horizontal communication as interaction between employees working at similar or same level in an organization. Gangplank. Henry Fayol gave the concept of gangplank in communication at the workplace. It is another type of horizontal or lateral communication. In modern horizontal communication, the employees working at the same levels in the same or different departments regularly contact each other for business purposes. There is no need for formal authorization for such communication. For example, all the managers from various departments in an organization report to the vice president. If a sales manager wants to communicate to his or her counterpart in the purchase department, then she or he is not required to contact the purchase manager through the vice president. Gangplank in communication at the workplace operates in a similar fashion. There is a chain of authority, and Fayol calls this line of authority as the scalar chain. According to Fayol, this chain of authority links employees at various levels with their immediate managers. He believes that every subordinate member of an organization should know his or her superior for effective communication. And this chain of command, that is a scalar chain, should always follow the defined hierarchies. However, this chain of command can be broken in urgent situation scenarios, but it is important to keep the immediate supervisors of both the employees to be informed about this bypassing of command. This form of horizontal communication is not very popular in the modern business world. The employees at the same level are not necessarily bound to keep their immediate supervisors informed about their correspondences unless it is absolutely necessary. Diagonal or crosswise communication. This form of formal communication at the workplace crosses the departmental and hierarchical boundaries. They take place between people across departments and levels of an organizational structure. The people communicating in this form of communication are neither from the same levels nor do they belong to the same department. It refers to communication between managers and workers located in different departments. For example, a sales executive at the base level of organizational structure can communicate with a manager in the finance department in this form of communication. These employees are from different levels and they are located in other divisions. This form of communication, along with vertical and horizontal communication, has become an integral part of modern organizations because sometimes it is important for employees to transcend their level and departmental hierarchies to function effectively. Think of a situation where an employee in sales discovers a critical error performed by the marketing team and instead of writing an email to his or her immediate manager, directly informs the manager of the marketing team. It will help rectify the error quickly since the message will not get stuck with the chain of organizational commands.
You are listening to audiobook by School of Management Studies IGNOU for MBA program. Course code MMPC-007 Business Communication, Unit-4, Part-1. Course Coordinator Professor Neeti Agrawal from School of Management Studies IGNOU. Voiceover by Santosh Bharati. Edited by Tarannum Jahan. Program assisted by Jagbandhu Jana and program produced by Manoj Kumar Singh. This program was brought to you by Electronic Media Production Center of Indira Gandhi National Open University.